Welcome to 1263 Rothwell Road, located in Kings Crown, and one of the most unique skiing and ski out properties I've ever sold. So come on in. As we enter through the entryway, the first thing that I want to point out is obviously this oversized porcelain tile that you see right here. And just beyond, you see the white oak with the metal cable railing floating staircase. Really, really cool piece that you're gonna see throughout this entire property. And overall really makes it a seamless transition. So follow me, and first off, we are going to head into one of the most unique things, obviously next to the ski in and ski out, which is, believe it or not, a two-car garage, because two-car garage are almost impossible to find in Old Town. Or what most people know as such as Main Street. That's where you're gonna find your bars, your restaurants, the Egyptian Theater, which is a well-known iconic theater here, especially during Sundance, which is happening right now. One thing I wanna point out here is you actually have radiant heat throughout every floor in this house, including the garage here. So let's head back inside. As we head down here, we are going to walk into our entertainment room. And one of the cool things is you always find nice little features which you wouldn't expect in those properties as you walk through these homes. I mean, this is a $7.3 million home I just sold in December. And beyond here, we actually have a dumbwaiter that we currently have locked just because we have renters in here. So when we come through here, we have our entertainment area. And one thing that's important to my clients specifically is Sonos speakers, and every single room that you're gonna see in this house has built-in speakers up above as well. They're super big into technology and, more important, entertaining, and they really, really love music. So they came in here and the first thing they did was add Sonos to every room as well as Apple TV. So as we head upstairs onto our first main living area, you're gonna find two different wood color palettes. First, you have your white oak, which you can see on all your staircases in the house. And then second, they went with a distressed look on the other levels, which gives it a nice little transition so that everything doesn't feel the same. And then we move into our formal dining room area, which is currently set up to sit 8 people. And one of my favorite pieces is, believe it or not, the wood ceiling that they used up above. They took a bunch of distressed wood, it gives it a nice little touch, gives it a different feel, and then overall this beautiful chandelier that they've matched it with. And then of course you can see the built-ins, which I mentioned previously were so important to my client. Let's head into our first powder room. With this one, they gave it a nice little touch with the quartz countertops, the nice little vessel sink that they attached, and they actually, believe it or not, went with a Venetian plaster, which you're gonna see is kind of a common theme throughout this property. But look at that lighting fixture that they chose to actually use in here as well. In between the interior design, this property just is almost completely seamless, right? It flows very, very well. No matter which area of the property you're currently in. So as we head into the dining room area, you can see they went with a concrete honed quartz countertop, and then this bar is actually set up to sit 6. So more than enough people to entertain. Appliances are all Thermador. This is a 48-inch with a griddle attached, and then also massive range to be able to crank out any exhaust fans that may be coming. You have your white oak cabinetry, gold accents, and then you even head up to your nice little mini bar, as well as up above you have your racks for all your drinks, your wine cups. I mean, at the end of the day, who really wants to go anywhere when you have an ice maker right there to make your drinks? So over here we have our linear fireplace. Up above, of course, our TV, and then we have our main living area. One of the cool things about Kings Crown too is just how unique this product is. There's only 27 of these properties in Kings Crown, and this is the only ski in and ski out community located in Old Town, and will be the last. I know I mentioned it previously, but there are only 8 lots that sit slope side that have their own private ski tower, and that was what was so important to my client. A little backstory about these guys is they already owned a unit in Kings Crown. And I mean, I was showing them properties in the canyons. I was showing them properties that were triple the size of their current home. And they were like, no, the convenience of being in Kings Crown, having our ski tower, having a ski locker, we are not willing to move. We just want something a little bit bigger than what we currently have. Plus, where can you find new construction in Old Town that's not surrounded by all these other buildings that are historic homes and become a nightmare when you actually go to the historic community to try and get a review process done? So what I did is I called every single owner of the 8 to see if they would sell the property. And I was lucky enough to get a hold of one of them that was willing to sell it. So this property was sold completely off market and was the first slopeside property to move literally in Kings Crown since it's been built. So let's head up to where we are going to find our first section of bedrooms. On this level, you actually have 3. We will first start off in our guest bedroom. And as you can see, we have a queen bed. You have your built-ins, again, home quartz countertop, ensuite attached. And that's something that you're gonna find that's a common theme in this property is every bedroom has its own ensuite, including the bunk room we're gonna take a look at next. This bunk room is completely rad. You can sleep literally if they like each other, 2 on each side down below. So we're talking 4 people there and then additional single bed up on each side. You have your built-ins, of course, over here, here, and then beyond us, we have again our ensuite. And one of the nice little touches that they add is they didn't miss anything when it came to the design work. This is actually a tile that they're using for the decor. So let's continue on. Behind this door, we have our laundry, and then we are going to walk into one of 2 primary bedrooms. This one, of course, you can see has a fantastic view, but believe it or not, the one that we're gonna go up above even has a better one. Over to the left-hand side, you can see our walk-in closet, built-ins again. We have the gold accents on these ones. And then, obviously your fireplace. They did use a Venetian plaster on this as well. And then we're gonna open it up to your first balcony off of a bedroom. Believe it or not, there are actually 4 different balconies on this entire property. We had one on the main, we have one here, we have one up above, and then we have a 4th on the hot tub. So we're gonna close this thing just because they're doing a little bit of construction across the road on a driveway. So pardon the noise for parts of this video. We've been waiting to get in here for close to almost 3 weeks. It's been booked that heavy. Because keep in mind, when you get into properties here, in Park City, 81% of my clientele actually does nightly rentals so that the property can generate income for them while they also have an asset that's appreciating and they can come and enjoy during ski season, during the summer, during the amazing falls that we have, and then of course during the spring that we do. So come through here, we have our dual vanity. Off to our right-hand side, we have our shower, seating bench down below. One of my favorite pieces in here are these wall sconces that they attached, and then the hexagon tile work that they actually used on the wall in here. So we're gonna head into this primary bedroom, which is the one that I would make my own due to the size of the bathroom, plus the patio outside right there. So first off, we have our gas fireplace. Off to the left-hand side, we have our king bed. But an important note in here is the interior design work that they did and all the accent pieces between the chairs or even the little cup holder stands, and then of course the gold accents, which is a common theme throughout this area. But before we head out to the crown jewel, which is the view, we're gonna head straight through our walk-in closet or walk-through closet into our bathroom. So you have your chevron tiling up on the left-hand side. You have your soaking tub, your dual vanity sinks, and then of course your additional shower with multiple heads, and then of course your sitting bench down below. So as we move along, we're gonna go over to literally the piece of why this property is absolutely insane on top of the skiing and ski out axis. Look at this view. You can see all the way across the park meadows. You can see all the way down to Old Town, up to Deer Valley, and believe it or not, you can even see all the way over to the canyon. So imagine this, sitting out here, having the fireplace on and having a drink, or having your coffee, or having your energy drink if that's what you drink in the morning. But I will tell you what, I came out to this property multiple times to either get measurements, to check up on things during our due diligence period. And luckily I had the opportunity to just chill out here for a few minutes, 1 or 2 different times. And the view that you get at night is unparalleled. I actually posted it on my social media, and we have some B-roll content that we're gonna add to this so that you can truly see how glamorous this property is at night, especially when you have the beautiful glow of Old Town and that you're within walking distance altogether. So we all know what it's like to be sore after a day on the mountain, which is why this feature is such an amazing piece to the property. It's a 7-person hot tub, but look at the view that comes along with it. It's almost matching the view right outside that primary suite, but you have the elevated pitch, giving yourself some privacy, being able to come out here at night. And then of course, I want to point out your own private access point to the mountain that only you can access via this property. So that's all I got for you on today's property tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm a little sore from hitting the mountain this morning, so I'm gonna rip off this mic, jump in this hot tub, and then we will see you at the next property tour.